Yeah, I feel like my eyelash is coming off. Oh, it's not. My eyelash is not. My eyelash is not coming off. If you guys are looking to get gossip out of this video, I will just tell you right now that this is not the video that you're looking for. You know how hard it is to have a breakup in a pandemic? Popcorn is good. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just ate, so hopefully I don't have food in my teeth. I think we're good. I also have popcorn because I am very hungry, and I also advise you guys to grab a snack as well because, as you can tell by the title, we've got some things to talk about. Today we are talking about how I healed from my breakup with my ex. I knew I was going to make this video, I just didn't know when. And I'm going to eat popcorn. It's very good. This is me talking about how I healed from my breakup with my ex-boyfriend. I'm not here to dish anybody out. I'm not here to put anybody's face in the ground. I'm not here to do that, okay? I'm here to share my healing process because I posted this on my stories yesterday on Instagram. I talked about, well, I guess I brought it up, right? And I kind of announced that I was a single woman again. My ex-boyfriend and I, we actually broke up on January, it was either January 30th or January 31st. It was at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So he broke up with me. I was very devastated. I was very, very devastated. I'm not the type of girl that's been in a lot of relationships. I've only been in 2 relationships actually. I take relationships very seriously. I really do. I think they are important, and I think they each hold value. Prior to my ex, now ex, I had only been in 1 relationship, and that was a very quick relationship. I was like 25. I went into that relationship with all the wrong reasons. I will admit to that. And I think I shared that before. I'll post a link to a video that I did a while ago about what I wanted to do dating wise in my 30s. Girl, that has completely changed again. That has changed again. I will say that like my breakup has really drawn me closer to God. I've always loved God. I've always known of God, but this breakup in particular has really drawn me a lot closer to him. Seriously. Do you know how hard it is to have a breakup in a pandemic? It's hard. It's very hard because like my best friend doesn't even live here. It's just hard, bro. It's just really hard, bro. Like seriously. So we broke up in the beginning of the month, or the beginning of the year. At first, he said that he wanted to do like a break. And at first I was like, okay, that's fine. But then I thought about it and I was just like, no, I don't want to do a break. I just want to be done. And I specifically said to him, I said, I want to focus on my healing and I want to move on. Literally, I think that was God speaking like through me because I was so... like I was just emotionally a mess. I was crying, sobbing, just snotty nose, lots of thoughts running through my head, confused, upset, frustrated, just every single emotion you could think of in that moment, or just in general. I felt every single emotion that day and that morning. I told him, I was just like, no, like, you know, I'm gonna focus on my healing and I'm just gonna move on. That's exactly what I did. I'm really proud of myself. Like, just kind of like, I did a lot of reflecting during these past like almost 5 months. I did a lot of reflecting on myself. I spent a lot of time just kind of like realizing who I am as a woman in a relationship. And I will say that I absolutely love the woman I am when I'm in love with someone. I absolutely love that Raven. I think she is just, when Raven loves you, she loves you. Like I love very hard and I'm not ashamed of it. I don't think there's anything wrong with the way you choose to love someone as long as it's coming from a place of true love, because this is something that I told myself a lot, and this video is gonna be like all over the place, so just like bear with me. I'm just like I wrote a script on how I wanted to talk during this video, but I was just like, yo, fuck the script, like it's just uncut, okay? So yes, I absolutely love myself in a relationship. I think I'm a very good girlfriend. I think that I'm very supportive. I'm the type of person, I'm the type of girl that just loves her man. Like when I love my man, I fucking love my man, like with everything. Like I love you, right? I absolutely love me in love. the reason why I love so hard is because I love myself so hard, right? It hasn't always been this way. I didn't always love myself as hard as I do now. It was a journey for me to really understand how to properly love myself. So anyway, I told him I wanted to focus on my healing. There's like 5 ways that I healed from this breakup. And I want to say that my first heartbreak, I want to talk about this very briefly, but I do want to mention that my first breakup, I wasn't technically in a relationship. It was just a situationship that lingered for a long time. When I look back at that heartbreak and how I healed from it, I healed very shitty. I will say over time, and this took a lot of time, I learned to forgive him, and I also learned how to forgive myself. That wasn't even a relationship, that was a situationship. You move on from it, right? Life goes on, okay? I more so forgave myself. I really did. I more so forgave myself because people will only allow them to do what you allow them to do, and because of that, that's what you allow. So it's important to forgive yourself first and then forgive others. You know, I absolutely had to forgive myself because I knew what I was doing wasn't right. I don't regret it to this day, because from there I was in the sunken place, and from the sunken place I went to the space of I'm gonna be celibate. And that right there, me deciding to become celibate in 2017, was one of the best decisions I could have made in my entire life. So let's talk about how I healed, because that's what you guys are here for, right? That's what you guys want to know. So the first way that I healed, I'll talk about all the resources that I had during this time of healing. And I also want to say that healing is an ongoing process. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm 100% healed, because I am not, but I will say that I'm in a good space to talk about it. So God was my biggest resource. I did a lot of praying. I prayed a lot. In my spiritual journey, I'm learning God's voice. I'm learning the difference between my voice and his voice. And looking back at it now, I can 100% tell you that God was involved in that entire breakup. From every single moment. I will say, maybe a week or 2 weeks before my ex and I broke up, I was talking to my best friend, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm about to be a single woman. Just out the blue. And she was like, huh? And I'm like, yeah. I don't know why I'm saying this. I don't know what's telling me to say this, but I'm about to be a single woman. I literally told her that like 2 weeks. It was either 2 weeks or a week before we broke up. Weeks before we broke up, I told my best friend that. And she was just like, pray on it, pray on it. Are you sure? Pray on it, pray on it. And then boom. God came in that thing. He said, I'm detaching my daughter from my son. And he detached us. There you have it, sis. I just spent a lot of time with God, because from that moment, I was just like, I am not dealing with any other man that is not a man of God. I can't do it. I can't. I cannot do it. Do y'all mind me eating popcorn? Because I am very hungry. I'm starving. I'm so hungry. And this popcorn is so good. This popcorn is bomb. Pop Secret, hit me up. Send me some popcorn if you don't mind. The second big part of my healing process was my therapist. My therapist? I highly recommend therapy. And if you are in the Baltimore area, I will definitely leave the phone number to the office that I associate with for my therapy sessions, even though it's virtual. But there had been a time when I was doing therapy and me and my therapist hadn't talked for weeks. It was very unintentional that we didn't talk for weeks, because I was doing weekly sessions with her. And I also want to say that other people's baggage can carry into your life. So watch who you... Okay? 3 to 4 weeks before me and my ex broke up, and I was already just crying. I don't know why. Like, oh God, now I remember this. Like, before I had this session, before me and my ex broke up, I was talking to my therapist, and yo, I was bawling my eyes out. And I was just scared. I was just like, I feel like we're gonna break up. I feel like we're gonna break up. I don't know what's going on. I feel like we're gonna break up. I want to share something specific that my therapist and I talked about during the session where I told her that my ex and I broke up. So this is actually what my therapist told me, and I wrote it down because it stuck with me. It will stick with me forever. No, she said, you need to focus on yourself, because you need to create that space to love someone else for someone else. And she was like, you cannot give that space away and still have someone else in that space. And I was just like, bro, that's it. You cannot put yourself in another relationship. Ideally, you shouldn't. I'll say you shouldn't, because I can't tell you what to do, right? Ideally, it would be nice if you were to go into your relationship and have that space prepared for someone, and the space is for them. They can take up the entire space without having to share it with previous experiences or exes or other people in your life that just still kind of hold that space with you, right? And the moment she said that, that's when I was just like, I gotta heal. I gotta focus on my healing. I gotta continue to heal, and I have to make sure that I'm good, because when I broke up with my ex, I literally, like, everything was revolved around him. Like, I would just see little stuff. Like, I would see people eating sushi and I would cry. Or the thought of wanting sushi would remind me of all the times that my ex and I ate sushi in his basement, and I would cry. You know, I honestly signed up for therapy because I wanted to learn just good mental habits, because my mental prior to therapy was trash. The third resource is having a good support system. This is everything. This is everything. Listen, you cannot, this is just in general, outside of a breakup or life period, you cannot invite everybody to sit at your table. So in particular, during your time of need, during your time of hurting, during your time of healing, you need to make sure that you have supportive people in your circle. And this is just kind of like a bonus. And this is actually something that my best friend recommended to me. And when she broke up with her ex-boyfriend, she was like, I did 28 days of not communicating to him, and I felt good. You guys, that was a huge part of my healing process as well. So I made a checklist. I'm not going to share every single thing in my journal because this is very personal and very private. I did a checklist, okay? 28 days without communicating to my ex-boyfriend. I did a chart. I made a chart, I made it visible, I made a checklist, and every single day for 28 days, I would check off the box that I did not talk to my ex. But I did 28 days, and I actually completed the challenge. I did not talk to my ex-boyfriend for 28 days. And when I tell you, there is something so therapeutic about completing a challenge and checking off boxes. Like, it's very little, but my gosh, is it gratifying. The fourth thing that I did, music. Music is a huge part of my life personally. I love music. I made playlists for myself, like just feel good playlists of songs that just, I know when I hear it, I would get really happy. Music has always been healing for me. I love music. My favorite healing song in particular during this breakup was Tell Him by Lauryn Hill. That song is just honestly just beautiful. It's such a beautiful song, and it got me through a lot. It really got me a lot, and I did a lot of praying to that song. I literally, when she said tell him, I would just start praying. I'd be like, all right, let me tell God. I'd be like, all right, let me tell God. All right, let me tell God. Listen, that song is everything. I love that song. So highly recommend listening to that, or creating a playlist for yourself where you can just zone out, right? Like, just, have some time to yourself and just zone out. And then the fifth one. You guys, masturbation is everything. You will never hear me say otherwise on my platforms. And I specifically brought all 4 of my babies with me to tell you about how much I have utilized every single gadget that I have to help me get through my healing after my breakup with my ex-boyfriend. I used every single one in different ways and on different days. I don't understand why we have such a negative connotation with masturbation in our society. I really don't understand it. I think it's very healthy. My pleasure toys or pleasure devices have really gotten me through my breakup. This right here, this is the one I use the most. And this is the one I used the most during my healing process, okay? Because your girl still has to get a little heat. She still got to get a little hot, okay? She still got to get a little hot. My friends have held me down. Shout out to my girls and my fam at Laura DiCarlo. I love you guys. Laura DiCarlo, we're besties. Remember, you told me that. We're besties now. Besties. So I think that's everything that I wanted to mention in this video. If you guys have anything that you guys may have done or that you are currently doing, or something that has helped you during your healing process, I'd love to hear it in the comment section below. You know, your comment could help someone else, you never know. Whatever you're healing from, I pray for your healing. I really do. I pray for a safe healing journey for you, and I pray that you will allow God to, I pray that you will invite God in, because God is the ultimate healer. He really is. And I don't want to cry, but I can't imagine my life without God. And something else that I want to mention really quickly, because I think it's going to be a part of my story, is that when I broke up with my ex, I made a list of things that I needed in my next man. And the list is a front and a back page. The front of a page and the back of a page. But I cannot be with a man that doesn't love God, or doesn't know God, or doesn't experience God, or talk to him. I can't do it. The walk that I'm on in my life, in particular in my 30s, is honestly walking the path that God has created for me. Discovering gems that God has blessed me with along the way is truly what my 30s are about, honestly. I want to be in love again. I love being in love. I love love. I am choosing not to settle anymore. That's all I have to say. But no, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys for being here. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Twitter, everywhere. I'll put all my links below. You can check me out on all my platforms and follow me throughout my journey of life. But I love you guys. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye.